All right, people, what's going on? Sorry, got to get this queued up because the Xbox pushes it through so much smoother than the Switch does, where I got to mess with stuff. Hold on, let me pause that song. Um, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of this little podcast. We're doing things a little bit late today for because usually these previews and stuff should be going during the day. You know what I mean? Not at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when kickoff's going to be in about an hour and a half to an hour. Dude, just freaking lazy night. You know what I mean? Yeah, just so. Just slow day today. so, but that's neither here nor there. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got some NHL games tonight. We got some MLB games tonight. One news out of the NFL, and obviously it's because of the Thursday night football game tonight, and no news out of college football and the NBA because those are kind of quiet right now. Even though I do need to do, now that I think about it, a preview for tomorrow's game, which is going to be the Sun Devils versus the Utes. I'll probably do that video tomorrow. But anyways, let's just hop into it, shall we? Okay, so for the MLB, we got two games tonight. Both can be series clinchers in the divisional round. A lot of AL matchups because the NL the other day, the Mets clinched it with Lindor's grand slam, and then the Dodgers evened up the series at 2 apiece to make it a best-of-5 winner-take-all Game 5 tomorrow night on Friday. Okay, so the two games tonight, like I said, both can clinch the division. AL side, okay, we got Cleveland. Why am I even looking down? Like, literally, I wrote this out and I memorized it all. Sorry, but let's just jump into it. We got we got Cleveland at Detroit. Detroit right now has a 2-1 series lead, and the Yanks also have a 2-1 series lead over KC. I'm just gonna go with the hot hand right now, and I really think that I'm gonna just go with the momentum of who the Tigers have been so far in the playoffs up till now. And honestly, it might sound not pretentious. What's the word I'm looking for? Casual. Where we've already seen my MLB prediction and my MLB take for this postseason. Totally wrong. It's already been shattered. It didn't even get out of the divisional round. I had the Phillies versus the Astros. And so how well Cleveland's been playing baseball, I have no clue. I have no knowledge of, okay, how good was this team in June, July, August, coming into it. If I'm being honest, other than the Willie Mays game for the Cardinals and the Giants back in June, I think it was, I watched a little bit of opening days, weekend, a little bit of the Phillies, a little bit of, but considering how little to no baseball that I've watched all season, I don't know really how well Cleveland is, but considering that I've watched every single Tiger game up until now, like them beating the Astros, dude, this team's hot right now. This team's just like the Mets, and so I think tonight, I don't even know who's on the bump. I don't even know who's out, who's in. I'm just gonna say that because Detroit has all the momentum in the series, and they're the hottest team on the AL side right now. I think that they can get to the conference series, and we have another underdog team, just like the Mets in the NL side, going and playing in the conference series. All right, and then moving down to another matchup a little later on tonight, the Yankees and the Royals. I think there is that stat where when the Royals get into the playoffs, they go on a deep run usually. I think the Yankees are kind of like the Dodgers, where I'm not going to lie, back in 2022, I predicted a Dodgers versus Yankees World Series because Aaron Judge was having that phenomenal record-breaking year. The Dodgers were playing hot at the right time, and then they cooled off tremendously against the Padres. I think it wouldn't. Well, I one. There's a part of me that thinks one of these series is going to go to 5, but the other one's going to be clinched tonight. And if I'm being honest, I'd say it's the Cleveland one that ends tonight, but it's the Yankees versus Royals that force a game 5. If both of them force a game 5, kid, that'd be cool. Like more baseball for baseball fans. They'd love that. But there's a part of me that's just gonna roll with the Yankees tonight. Not saying that the Royals suck or anything, but I just think the dam's gonna break one of these years, and Judge is gonna get a ring, or he's at least, just like how Bryce Harper was for a split second, he's at least going to get to a World Series. Just saying. So yeah, give me the Yanks tonight. Give me Detroit tonight. And yeah, we're gonna have a Detroit versus Yankees ALCS. Maybe I don't. That's what I predict tonight. I don't think Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland can force. Because Cleveland's kind of like in a position that Philadelphia was in last night. Did they play last night, or was it the night before? Shit, dude, I don't even know. That's how much like sports I've been watching between baseball, hockey, football, both college and pro. It's just like, man, did they play yesterday or the day before? Anyways, but I just don't think if a team has more momentum to try to even the series and force it to 5, it'd probably be Royals because they're at home. They're in KC, but with how the Yankees snuck out a win last night, I think, dress in all black, this is a business trip. We're going in, we're stealing another game, getting ready to host Detroit for the ALCS. That'd be sick. That'd be real sick. Top of the 9th, home run by Judge. Oh, that'd be sick. But it's probably going to be another pitching clinic because those games have been pretty low scoring. They haven't been loud and stuff like how a lot of the other series have been so far. But so those are my predictions. Give me Detroit and give me the Yankees tonight in the MLB. And then tonight for the NHL, we have 9 games. We have a lot of games, and I'm just gonna predict them all, baby. And if I'm being honest, so far I am. What have I gotten right in predictions? I think I'm 2-7 because we played three opening night and we played 4 the other day, and I think the Panthers Bruins one I got correct, but the Blues and Kraken wrong. Utah versus Chicago wrong. Oh gosh. Who played yesterday in the first? No. Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't get any of my predictions. Okay, so out of the 7 professional hockey games that have been, okay, there's the global series. Yes, I get that. We're going to ignore the global series, all right? From face-off opening night, I've only predicted 1 game right, and it was the Panthers versus Bruins. So Oilers losing to the Jets, Canucks losing to the Flames, me stupidly picking the Penguins versus I've only predicted 1 game right. So we got 9 games tonight, and I'm going to predict them all, baby. We're going to start out with the Habs at the Bruins. Shoot, I mean, with how the with how goalkeeping was yesterday for the Habs, I mean, shoot, this might be a 2-0 Canadiens game where Canadians go into Boston and get a shocker on them. I would think Swayman's probably going to play tonight. Put it down just like how I did with the Panthers game. If Swayman's playing tonight, I'm not saying Kopitar is not the guy. I just think you got to put your best out there on the ice. You know what I mean? And I think, the Habs played very impressive last night. Caulfield was the only one who had the goal, but a 1-0 shutout against. I mean, people are going to give him the MVP. A lot of people are trying to predict how many goals Austin Matthews is going to have this year. They're saying it's either going to be between him and Draisaitl. Nobody's given any love to, not Vasilevsky. He was literally in the MVP race last year. Lightning. Dude, what is his freaking name? I'm blanking on it. Hold on. I sound like a total idiot here. Nikita Kucherov, thank you. Sorry, there's freaking 600 hockey names that I wrote down the other day. And the fact that I don't know his name off the top of my head shows how much of a poser I am as a hockey fan, but also just I don't know. Too much knowledge is too much knowledge. Okay. But so out of Habs and Bruins, though, I am going to roll with the Bruins, and I'm going to pick the Bruins stupidly. Where, yeah, give him 3-1. I can take the Bruins 3-1. But again, is Swayman going to play, or is he going to sit out again? And they're just, oh, he's not ready. Oh, he's not ready. Or they overlook the Habs, where it's like, okay, we need all hands on deck against the Stanley Cup defending champion, not Predators, Panthers. But then now we're just playing Montreal. It's Montreal. We can sit our guys, but we'll just have to see. That would be such an NBA approach, but hockey, it's different. You know that it is. All right, so Kings at the Sabres. I'm going to roll with the Kings, even though the Kings are dealing with some injury. Panthers at the Senators. Come on, I'm going to roll with the Panthers. Leafs at the Devils. Okay, sit with me here for 2 seconds. So as I'm looking at the records and stuff, I'm seeing how the Devils are already 2-0, and then I'm seeing how the Leafs are 0-1. And it's like, how the hell are the Devils 2-0? Global series, you know what I mean? That's why I even mentioned it a little bit earlier. But yeah, the Devils have kind of come out the gate really hot, 2-0. But again, those were kind of glorified preseason games. And as far as Penguin fans know, like, we had a decent preseason. We had a lot of guys show up for preseason, but then look at what happened yesterday. Big old goose egg. So, I mean, preseason, just like how it is in baseball, NFL, it only goes so far. It has no implications on the real season. I think, though, well, unless your guys get injured, kind of like how it was for the Kings. I'm going to roll, though, with give me the Devils, though. Give me New Jersey at home. Rockin' environment, and the Leafs start 0-2. Leafs have to score at least a goal or two in this one. So yeah, put Matthews on the board in the scoring column. Yeah, give one to the captain, Tavares. Give one to Matthews, but they'll probably lose 4-2 and stuff in New Jersey. All right, then, Utah Coyotes going over there to New York to play the Islanders. Give me the Islanders. Then tonight, we have another game. Let's try to shake off the demons of last night. Penguins are going to Detroit to play the Red Wings. I think I talked a little bit about it in my post-game reaction, where, Tristan Jarry played like crap the other day. 6 goals is 6 goals. Pull him, put Nedeljkovic in, and maybe do like a 1-1-1-1 if they have to for the first few handful of games to just see and grasp, okay, who's going to be the backstop going? Because I know it's an overreaction because it's just one freaking game, but there's a difference when, look at the Avalanche, for example. They lost to Vegas last night, 8-4. At least they put 4 on them. You know what I mean? Penguins, how many shots on goal did the Penguins have? Like 15? 16? Like, not only did they get outshot, they got outmanned, out-defensed, 6-0 blowout. Like, there's kind of a little reason to have a little bit of an overreaction to this, to already kind of treat, okay, yeah, we're in the first week. We already need to be treating it like it's playoff crunch time, because you start 1 game back, you start 2 games back, 3 games back. The mountain is so much harder to freaking climb, because we give a lot of credit to what the Oilers did last year. With their start after firing their coach and turning that team around and stuff after their terrible start. But considering how much of a hole they were in by November, it took them till March to get out of that hole. It took them till February to get out of that hole. So better just start now to just see things. But yeah, like, looking at their rosters, of course I'd want to favor the Penguins roster. I mean, we got Malkin, we got Sid, we got Letang, we got Carlson. But then at the same time, I mean, there's a lot of dudes over there for Detroit as well. There's DeBrincat. They're bringing on Tarasenko from the Panthers. A little bit of Stanley Cup. I mean, if you forget, Vlad won a Stanley Cup with the Blues back in 2019, so there's a little bit of veteran cup presence there in the building for Detroit. Who else does Detroit have? I mean, they got some guys, and so I think tonight, hopefully, it can be a really good game. I can see this kind of being like a 3-2 kind of game, but I'm gonna roll. I was an idiot the other day for picking the Penguins over the Rangers. I think this is going to be a tough, close game, but I'm going to have to roll with the Red Wings, man. Hopefully the reverse psychology works in this one. But yeah, give me Red Wings 3-2 as the Penguins try to still figure some things out. If anything, get some points out of this. Try to send this thing to overtime. Because, hey, if they get to overtime, it's anybody's game, you know what I mean? But at least try to get some points out of this, because the potential of having 4 points after 2 games, but then walking away with 0, at least try to get 1. Try to get 1 point. Get it to OT. All right, and then Stars at the Predators, opening up a big debut for a lot of big names in the NHL. I mean, Steve Stamkos is making his debut tonight for the Predators in a new uniform for the first time in, since he was playing in college. As long as I've known, he's been a Tampa Bay Lightning. And then Marchessault, he's also making his day. I think, unless he's injured or anything. But then we got Marchessault from Vegas making his debut for the Predators also. There's a lot of, I would say from an outsider's perspective, there's a lot of hype behind this Predators team, because it's like, hey, look at this. Look at who they've brought on. Look at all this veteran presence. Are they bringing on guys that are going to make a difference? Or is it like, hey, you're very washed, and so come on over. We'll just have all these veterans who have won Stanley Cups with the we'll just see. But I think I just think it's going to be a big freaking game, because I think the Stars are going to make some noise in the West this year. I think the Predators can make some noise in the West this year. And if we're not careful, this very well might be a preview for a series in April. We don't like the West, dude. The West is wide freaking open, and it's not like how it's going to be for the East this year, when we know Tampa Bay is probably going to play the Leafs in the first round. We know that the Rangers are probably going to play the Capitals or something like that, where the 2 and the 7 seeds are kind of like intertwined. But who knows? Predators and Stars might be a playoff preview. Jake Ottinger at goal. Let's see how he starts this season off. I'd put him in nominations for winning goalie of the year by the end of the year. But yeah, we'll just have to see. I think this could be a low-scoring game. Just because I think Stars obviously have the better goalkeeper, but better offense. I'm gonna lean with the Predators tonight. I think this could be a 2-1 kind of game. 2-2, go to overtime. Steven Stamkos says, "Hello, Nashville." Nets not an empty netter, but an overtime winner, or Marchessault or someone like that, like storybook kind of like, "Hey, welcome to Nashville." But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Preds tonight. Also 3-2. Yeah, give me 3-2. And then Columbus Blue Jackets at the Wild. I'm going to roll with the Wild. And then Blues at the Sharks. That rookie, his debut for the Sharks. I mean, Bedard had his debut. Yes, Bedard did have a debut. It was last year, Blackhawks at Penguins. Blackhawks did win that thing freaking late. But I think with the momentum of how the Blues are, with sneaking one out on the road the other day against the Kraken, give me the Blues in this one. Why not? So yeah. So I got Bruins, Kings, Panthers, Devils, Islanders, Red Wings. I wrote down Penguins, but then after, I wrote down Penguins. But then after thinking about it a little bit, I'm gonna roll with the Penguins. I'm gonna roll with the Red Wings. Sorry. Preds, Wild, and Blues. And then the last segment before we wrap up this quick episode for preview, because in a couple minutes, we got a baseball game that's going to start here. And then, see this right here? Gun motion, first down. That's a 15-yard penalty, brother. Which is total bullshit, but I think the NFL's soft for penalties right now. Now, trying to shoot a player or something like that one guy from South Carolina who tackled Jackson Dart, yeah, I get that. That's 15. But literally just doing that, like, the NFL's soft. We know it's soft. No fun league for a reason. So speaking of the No Fun League, let's transition, baby, into the NFL. Let's talk about Thursday Night Football tonight. We got the 49ers going up to Seattle, Pacific Northwest. Great rivalry. Gosh, thinking about the days, Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, Legion of Boom, Vernon Davis. I mean, Then there was that little splash back in 2019 when the Seahawks were really good and Jimmy Garoppolo took his boys up there. They got that stop on the goal line. This isn't like the rivalry like how it used to be, sadly. I mean, I'd take Cap and Wilson over Purdy and Geno Smith any day of the week. But up until this point, I had, in my own personal predictions, I thought the Seahawks would be 3-2 up until this point. I thought the 49ers would be 4-1. Their only loss being to the Rams, and then the Seahawks, their only loss to... I definitely didn't have them losing to the Giants. I know that's for damn sure. But now, Seahawks also 3-2. And then the 49ers are 2-3. So the 49ers have come off to a very slow start out of the gates. Seems very uncharacteristic considering who they got on their roster. And it shows one of two things. You can't put all the blame on, well, Christian McCaffrey's not here. That either shows that Christian McCaffrey is the best player in the NFL if the reason why they've lost this many games up until this point is because they don't have McCaffrey. It either shows that or it shows that other guys got to get it going, which I'd take the latter because how well has George Kittle been playing this season? Devo, Ayuk, we paid Ayuk how much for his stats that he's been giving out so far this year? I mean, Ayuk's laughing to the bank because dude, he got paid. It doesn't matter how. I'm telling you, man, it's something is off with this team. I'm not saying that Ayuk is the type of player where it's like, oh, you pay me now, I'm going to give zero effort. No, but like something. I think something's going on within the locker room or something. I don't think everybody's turned on Purdy, but I think you can't rely so heavily on one player. You know what I mean? Like, there's a security blanket, obviously, like Mahomes has Kelsey, Tom Brady had Gronk, but like other players need to step up. And in this instance tonight, we'll see it. George Kittle needs to step up. Jordan needs to step up. Who else are we looking at? Not even Ayuk, like Jennings as well. Like everybody, and I'll even say Brock Purdy too. Like everybody, from the running backs to the tight ends to the third, fourth receiver, everybody freaking needs to step up. Because here's the thing. The 49ers are the best damn team on paper. You look at their receiving core, you look at their running backs, like Christian McCaffrey's a top 2 running back and he ain't number 2. Like it's Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, or Derrick Henry. Those are the top 3 running backs in the league right now. And then out of tight ends, it's Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, and George Kittle. That is it. Okay, they got 2 top 3 in running back and tight ends. Okay, now let's look at wide receivers. Could you throw Ayuk in the top 10? I mean, we still got to deal with Sam Brown, Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Alan Lazard. So, like, Ayuk, you can debate on if he's in the top 10 or not. But still, at the same time, you demand that much money. You better be performing like you earned that money. Because, crazy as it might say, I'm not saying that they wouldn't, but 49ers don't perform this year. Who the hell knows if they're going to give Brock Purdy some money to stay around? I don't know. Dude, you freaking never know. And I think you can only be so crazy to be like, okay, we'll just reload. Okay, we'll just reload. Okay, we'll just reload and run it back. This 49ers team has been reloading and running it back since 2019. Because look at it. Jimmy Garoppolo's ran into the Chiefs. They lost. Okay, whatever. 2020, fluke of a season. Okay, but back in 2021, they ran it back. They upset Aaron Rodgers, lost to the Rams in the NFC Championship game. Next year, run it back, get injured on a Hassan Reddick sack. You know, a little bit of Tommy Johns for Brock Purdy. Just reload, run it back, lose to the Super Bowl to the Kansas City Chiefs in overtime. Like, you can only do this so many times, and you can only be crazy so many times before it's like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to let George Kittle go this offseason. You know what? We did sign Ayuk to an extension, but he's not playing well, so we're going to let him walk. We're going to let someone else take that salary cap hit. Sorry. You know, he wanted to go play with Washington. Now, there's the freaking scary thing. Is I was like, oh, if he goes to Washington, whatever. Like, Washington will still suck because they got a rookie QB. Could you freaking imagine if Ayuk was on Washington right now? Woo! It's a good thing the 49ers didn't let that happen. But, I mean, I think they'll keep McCaffrey. But, like, if this keeps failing over and over and over, how long are they going to keep Brock Purdy? How long are, you know... the only two guaranteed players that I think that would stay, Christian McCaffrey and Williams, because you got to have a good line, and like one lineman doesn't make an entire offensive line, but it does help a lot. So, because George Kittle, unfortunately, yeah, he can be replaced eventually. Same with Ayuk, same with Purdy, because we saw it with Garoppolo to Purdy, that transition, simple and smooth. So, anyways. That's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the actual prediction, because both teams up until this point have been kind of playing under their expectations. I think talent-wise and roster-wise, you got to lean on the 49ers. Like, look at who they have. I'd say, yes, Brock Purdy is a better quarterback than Geno Smith. Do not kid yourself. I would say, though, that Seahawks for this one, because Christian McCaffrey is sitting. Seahawks have the advantage in the running back room for the wide receiver cores. With how Seattle's been playing this year versus how the 49ers have been playing this year, yeah, give me Jackson Smith, Njigba, give me Tyler Lockett, give me DK Metcalf, because, yeah, they have a better freaking wide receiver room than the 49ers this year. Tight ends, obviously, Kittle, but, dude, then it comes back down to quarterback play. Which defense is better? I'd lean towards the 49ers. So, to me, offensively, from like how they've performed on paper, Seahawks have a better wide receiver room and a better running back room. But they don't have a better quarterback. But then the 49ers have a better quarterback and a better defense. So it's like, that has all the makings of being a low slop fest, or weirdly like a instant classic where it's like, oh my hell, we were fed double time, man. We had the Falcons and the Saints. No, not Falcons and Saints. Falcons and Bucks one Thursday, and then the next Thursday the Seahawks and 49ers put on an absolute clinic where there were 2 punts, you know, in like the first quarter, first half, and then it was touchdowns and field goals the whole way out. Give me 49ers 20, Seahawks 17. Like, I think this might be a low-scoring game. Lots of punts, maybe some questionable play calls, questionable penalties. I don't know. I did see, too, because of how they were previewing on my TV. Seahawks are wearing throwbacks tonight, which actually, let me just double check and then we'll just end the stream there. But let me look at the Seahawks uniform combo. Let's see. No, not the Giants. Oh, yeah. Okay, they are going to wear their throwbacks. And I would guess that the 49ers are probably going to wear their all-white throwbacks too, because that's how they're projecting it. I mean, yeah, week 6, Thursday, October 10th, 5:15 p.m. You know, at Lumen Field. They have the throwback Seahawk helmet here, so we will just see. So, anyways, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Seahawks throwback unis, beautiful. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna end the stream right there. I thank you for watching so much. Stay tuned. We'll probably do a recap later tonight when we're done with our NHL action, NFL action, and all that. Stay tuned. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll catch you in another video.